Maybe the broken shears. Hello, we'll get started pretty soon here. All you need is your mat. And yeah, just waiting for people to come in. Hope you're having a great day so far. Hello, hello. Hopefully everything's loud enough. Let's go ahead and start today's class on our backs. So we can go ahead and just lay down on the mat. However you like. You can have the knees bent, laying down on the ground, whatever's most comfortable. And close your eyes and just focus on the breathing. Maybe place one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. As you inhale, feel the stomach rise first. You know you're not actually breathing into the stomach, we're just taking deep breaths, trying to expand our lungs. that stomach rise, and the chest, and exhale, going in reverse. Just taking the time to come to the now. Be in the present. Maybe if you're lucky enough to be like me, if you're on a patio just listening to the sounds of nature, maybe the ticks and talks around your house, just feeling the earth hold you. Now would be a great time to set an intention for the class. If you have one, if you don't, that's fine. And then when you're ready, just slowly walk the feet in. Bring the knees up. Bring the knees to chest. Stretch out that lower back. Just kind of rolling back and forth. Getting that nice afternoon stretch. Maybe a little side to side. And then bring them back to center. You can lay your hands out. Maybe left to right. I might have to come out a little more. Let your shoulders relax on the mat. Keep your knees to chest. And then slowly, with the breath, windshield wiper the legs. So exhale over to the right. Don't let the knees quite touch the ground. Don't rest here. And then inhale, come back to center, using your abdominals to pull back. Then exhaling over to the left. Touch the wall here. And inhale, coming back to center. Exhaling to the right. Back to center. Just do 2 more of those at your own pace. Just finding a rhythm in your hips and your abs. Whatever feels like a good stretch. And then when you're done, we'll meet at center. No rush, take your time. Take a deep breath in here, feel the stomach rise. Place the hands underneath the knees. And then exhale, stretch out both feet into the sky as far as you can, using your hands to support your thighs or just behind the knees. Push out the calves and the heels. Spread the toes. And then breathe. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lower them down to the mat, slowly and controlled. And then what we're going to do here is just a small little ab stretch, little core. Just take a small inhale in and lift your feet up just a little bit off the ground. Keep your shoulders down and then slowly bring them back down. If that's too much for you, just stay relaxed. It's just a nice little core warm up. Lift your feet up, lower them down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk the feet back. So the knees are pointed up to the ceiling. You can rest the hands down by your side now. We're going to take a bridge pose here. Just a nice soft bridge pose, not too much push into it. Whatever's most comfortable for you. Inhale, lift the hips. Pelvis is pointed towards the sky. And then exhale, come back down. Not going to hold it for too long. But we will do it again, just one more. On your next inhale, come up. Bring those hips far out. Reach as high as you can. And then slowly exhale, lower it down. Walk the feet back out so that we're laying down on the mat. Reconnecting with your breath here. And slowly rolling over to one side so we can push ourselves up to all fours. If your knees are sensitive, just feel free to grab a towel or a mat or blanket, anything that makes it more comfortable for you. This is a good area to kind of stop and run and get that if you didn't have it. And we'll just do some cat-cows on our own. So breathing in, lifting the gaze up. Exhale, curving the spine. And then moving into spinal balance, if it's in our practice, lifting the limbs. Pointing out with the toes, reaching far with the fingers. Exhaling, bringing it back to the center. And lowering it down from the hover. Inhaling, moving to the other side. Exhaling, bringing it back to center. Letting it down. Keep doing those at your own pace, whether it's cat, cow, or spinal balance. Just follow your own breath. Feel the stretch. Each movement you make is with the breath. Do one more rotation, then we'll meet on all fours again. And then we'll slowly rise up into our downward dog. You can reach the palms out. Spread the fingers wide, lift the knees off the ground and push out with your heels, lifting it up. And we come into our first downward facing dog. So go ahead and walk the feet or walk the dog if you need to, legs. Stretch out just a little more as we hold ourselves here. And then take a deep breath in. Walk the feet to a forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is straight. And exhale, let it all out. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale one more time, sweeping the arms overhead. And then we're going to sink into a graceful chair pose here, pushing the hips back. Lifting up with the hamstrings, hands reaching out, parallel with the ears. And sweep the arms around on the inhale, lifting back up. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down and bring the feet back into a downward facing dog. We'll move through our vinyasa flows. Inhale, right foot goes up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, hover it underneath the chest. Place the foot between the hands. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, we need to go into plank. So keep the feet back, my bad. In our downward dog, inhale, coming forward into our plank, shoulders stacked over wrist. And exhale, lower down slowly onto the belly. And then inhale, come up for our cobra or downward dog. Exhale, coming back down and moving up into our downward dog again. Taking a deep breath here. Walking the feet forward to our forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, sink into a chair. Only hold it for a second. Just get that hamstring stretch. And inhale, sweep the arms up again. And exhale, swan dive to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, walk the feet back, downward dog. And then we'll inhale into our plank. And exhale, lower down to the chaturanga. Your choice of crow or upward facing dog here. And we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. One more time, exhaling, walking the feet forward to our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all out through the mouth. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. You can feel the body starting to heat up a little. And then exhale down into our chair. Inhale, sweep the arms back and overhead. Exhale, swan dive to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. We'll come into a downward facing dog. And then go ahead and exhale here, lowering the knees. And we'll take child's pose. Your knees can sit underneath the chest, so you can walk them out to the edge of the mat. And go ahead, take your right hand and reach out far. Bring your left hand and grab the right wrist. Just find a little side body stretch here. With those arms and stretch. And then on your exhale, bring the left hand out. So your center again, take a breath in. And exhale, reach out, placing the right hand over the left wrist. Reaching out. If you need to, walk that hand out further on the left side if you need a bigger side body stretch. And then exhale, come back to center, sink back into the child's pose once more. And then we'll exhale and come up into our downward facing dog again. And then we'll move through some power poses now. So go ahead and inhale, right leg into the sky. Three-legged down dog. We're going to hold here for just a moment. If you need to open up at the hips, you can let that left or right foot come over a little bit. Push out with the heel of your left foot. And then exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Walking it out a little bit if you need to. And then inhale, bring up the other side. Just feel it out. Open up at the hip if you need to. And then slowly bring it back down to the mat. Taking a deep breath in here. And exhale it all out through the mouth. Three-legged down dog, right side. Inhale. Exhale into a lunge. So bring that knee underneath the chest and plant the foot between the hands. Then when you're ready, inhale, bring hands up. We'll come into a warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Hand goes down, reaching for the ankle. Other hand is reaching up. Look up towards the sky if you can. And then exhale. We'll come into a triangle pose. Keeping the body like it's kind of like that Star Wars episode where they're stuck between two walls in the dumpster, like that. Like you're between two walls. Take a deep breath in here. Let it all out. Exhale. Then inhale, sweep the arm back up. We'll come into our warrior two. Exhale, just feel the strength of this pose. And then take an inhale here. We'll come to a wide-angled mountain pose, lifting the arms up overhead, exhaling them, bringing the hands to heart center. And we'll pivot the feet a little bit, taking warrior one on the other side of the mat. So, right leg is kind of up on your toes, heel is off. Left foot is facing forward. Knee can be a little bit bent. Hands are reaching up overhead. Elbows should be close or parallel to your ears. And then take a deep breath in here. Exhale, pivot the heel down. Bring the arms up so your shoulders are parallel. Look out. Middle finger. That should be the correct way to do that. If you did not know, I try and make my class for everybody here, beginners to experienced. So go ahead and inhale, we'll reverse the warrior. Exhale, come into our triangle. So it's a lot like your warrior one or warrior two, but you can straighten this leg if you need to, and then just reach as far down as you can, kind of make sure you're opening up at the chest, pulling that right shoulder back as you reach up, so it feels kind of like you're stuck between two walls. You're getting the most of your stretch there. And then inhale, come back up into our warrior two. Knee is out forward a little more. Take a deep breath in, reversing our warrior. Exhaling, lowering the hands down to the mat. Bring that left foot back. We come into a plank, move through a chaturanga of your choice, or take down dog or child's pose, whatever you need. It's your practice. So we'll do that flow one more time, but I'm just going to list off the positions in a short cue so we can kind of get a good cardio flow going. If at any time you want to take child's pose, please do. If it's too much for you. All right. So we'll go three-legged down dog. Let's do left foot this time. Lift the eye into the air. Exhale, come into our lunge, foot between the hands. Coming up to our warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pivot to our warrior two. Inhale, sweep the arm up, reverse warrior. Exhale, come into our triangle. Inhale, sweep the arms up to warrior two again. Exhale, holding here. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Pivot the feet into our extended mountain. Inhaling overhead, exhaling as we come hands heart center. Sorry, I might have messed that up. Inhaling, shifting to our warrior one on the other side. Exhale, hands come down, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale to our triangle. Inhale, coming up to our warrior two again. Exhale, plant the palms back down on the mat. And we'll move through the chaturanga again, meeting in downward dog. Woo. Body's really heating up. All right, one more time with short cues. We'll do the right side just to even it, balance both sides out. So inhale, three-legged dog, right side. Exhale into our lunge. Sprinter's lunge. Inhale, come up for warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, come into our triangle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, our extended mountain, hands at heart center. Inhale, warrior one. Other side this time. Exhale, warrior two, coming down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down is a good way to remember it. Reverse warrior, moving up, inhaling. Exhaling down to our triangle. Inhaling, coming up to our warrior two. Exhaling, placing the palms back down on the mat in our lunge. And exhaling, moving up or through into our downward dog. And we can move through one more chaturanga here. Take a child's pose if you need it. Inhaling on the plank. Exhaling, lowering. Then go ahead and slowly bring those knees down. We'll all take a child's pose actually here. Just resting on our mat for a moment. When you're ready, come into a downward facing dog. We'll do some planks. So we'll inhale, moving up into our plank. We'll just do some side planks on each side. So what you're going to do is shift those feet so you can use them as a kickstand, balancing yourself on the left or right arm, whichever side. Lifting up with the hips as high as you can. Breathing in. On the exhale, slowly bring the hand back down to the mat. Coming into our plank again. On the inhale, switch sides. Lift up. Taking a breath in here, just cycling the breath. And exhale, lower the hand down to the mat. Go ahead and lower the knees down as well. We're going to come into a camel pose next here. So let's just kind of warm that up with a little bit of chest expansion. So you're kind of standing on your knees here. And you can bring the arms behind the back, placing the fingers together, squeezing the shoulders together. Lifting the crown of the head to the sky. Taking a deep breath in as you pull each side, getting a nice chest expansion. And exhaling, letting it all out. Maybe rolling the shoulders here if they need it. A little bit of forward, backward, left side, right side. So for camel, I like to personally bring out my knees just a little bit further than directly underneath the waist. And then slowly what you're going to do is, I like to use my hand support. Be safe about this. If you don't feel like you can do it, I recommend just doing these chest expansions. For camel, just lean back using your calves for support and your hamstrings holding you up. Leaning back, grabbing your ankles with your hand, but squeezing those shoulder blades together so that you're still getting a chest expansion. And this is camel. Let the head hang. And then slowly rise up. And exhale back down to that child's pose. Nice and easy.
It's a big back stretch for sure, but it feels good.
And then when you're ready, come up to a downward dog, wall meet and downward dog again. Do a little more. So go ahead and inhale, three-legged down dog, right foot to the sky. Exhale, come into your runner's lunge. Place the foot between the hands, and then go ahead and sink that left foot, or left knee down to the mat. Sorry about that. Walk the right foot forward a little bit, hinge at the waist, and then we're going to slowly bring that right knee down in place, and we're going to come into our half splits. And if you need to, I mean, I'm a little tall, so I got to walk my knee back and readjust a little bit. But if you are comfortable in this stretch, to deepen the stretch, just reach forward for those toes. Have the toes pointed towards the sky. It's okay if the knee is bent just a little bit, as long as you're still getting the exercise, feeling that stretch. Then inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring that foot down and the knee forward. Place the hands back on the mat. The foot should be between them. And then lift up on that left knee and bring the right foot back. We'll switch sides. Inhale, left foot goes to the sky. Three-legged down dog. Then we'll come into our lunge. Exhale, hover underneath the knee. Place the foot between the hands. And lower that right knee down to the mat. Make any adjustments you need to get into your half splits, or just sink back in place with the toes to the sky, hinge at the hips, keeping the stretch. Your right hand can go wherever, as long as you're still getting the stretch. Might be easier if you need to focus on balance, keep it behind your back. But if you need to, if you're swaying, just go ahead and place it on the side of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, foot goes down, knee comes forward, hands to the mat. And we'll come back into our downward facing dog once more. Exhale, walk the feet forward. We'll come into a forward facing fold. Inhale, halfway lift, deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale all the way to the top. And exhale, bring the hands out to heart center. Go ahead and pivot here. We'll come to a wide-legged stance on our mats. We're going to go into some sun goddess here, so we can cactus the arms a little bit. Try and make the shoulders parallel with each other, but if they need to come down a little bit, whatever's most comfortable for you. So what we'll do here is slowly lower down on the exhale, bend the knees. It's kind of like doing squats without those giant weights. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down to our sun goddess. Inhale, rise up. Just kind of moving with this low. Exhaling down, just find your own pace. Maybe you have a mantra here if you like. Thinking to yourself that you are strong. Be able to make it through any obstacles that come your way this week. I know it's the weekend, so maybe strong enough to find the time to relax, I guess. Sometimes it's hard. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, just bring the hands to heart center. Walk the feet in just a little bit. Then we'll exhale into a wide angle forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let the head and the arms hang. If you need to, you can lace the fingers behind the back. Give yourself another stretch here. Or you can hold the elbows underneath your head. Just slowing down the workout here as we move into some of our deeper stretches. Inhale, rise up. Bring the hands to heart center. We're going to do some rotating lunges here. So what we'll do here is bring the feet out just a little bit wider. Have your toes pointed towards the wide angle end of your mat. What we're going to do here is inhale, move with the breath onto one side, bending the knee and lowering down as much as we can, whatever's comfortable. And then we're gonna, that'll be actually on your exhale, I'm sorry. And then inhale, come to the center. And then exhaling, rotating to the other side. See if you can, if you want to make a goal, have your toes pointed towards the sky when you come down for that stretch. So inhale. We'll do one together. Come to center, we'll meet center. Exhale, lunge to the right side. Getting down as low as we can, toes pointed towards the sky. Inhaling, come to center. Exhale, lowering down to the other side. Inhale, come to center. Just go at your own pace now. Just deepening into the stretch, maybe a little further than the last. And then when you're ready, you can all meet in a wide-angled mountain pose. And then just walk it out if you need to. Bring the feet in.
gonna kick it out.
Whew, that was good sweat. And then we'll kind of move into some more relaxing balancing poses. So just find your balance on your right foot today. We'll start there. Use that left foot as a kickstand. Bring it up to the calf. Or if you need to, use some help. Bring it up to the thigh. I'm wearing some slippery sweatpants today though, so just keep it at the calf. Helps to close the eyes or maybe find a focal point on the ground somewhere. And if it's in your practice, maybe let those branches come out. And with a controlled movement and breath, slowly come back to center. Lift that left knee up into the sky in front of you. Or rotate. And then take a breath in here. And on the exhale, kind of come forward like a humble warrior, but bring that left foot back. Stretch it out as far as you can. And just use your chest and upper half to counterweight your legs, stretching. And then inhale, bring it all back. Bring the knee forward, still hovering in the air. And exhale, lower it down to the ground. Walk it out. That was a lot for the right foot, wasn't it? And then we'll move on to our left foot. Find the balance there. Use your foot as a kickstand. Bring it up to the calf or the thigh. Just find your balance. Find as much peace as you can in all the micro adjustments you might be making to hold this balance. Connect with your intention or your mantra here. Give your tree some branches if you haven't already. And then together we'll bring that right knee forward in front of us. If you need to pivot like me, because I don't have enough room, go ahead. And then take a deep breath in here. And exhale, stretch that leg out behind you. Use your body as a counterweight. Make sure the strength in your left foot is strong, pushing down into the earth. And then coming forward, taking a breath in, and exhaling, lowering down. Walk it out. Whew. There shouldn't be a code. It should be all Facebook Live. Hopefully that person was able to get in. So we'll just move into some more restorative poses now. If you want to just come down to a seated position on your mat. You can sit cross-legged or have your legs out in front of you. We're going to come into a butterfly pose next. So your hips and your knees will come out wide, and you can bring the feet together. Definitely more of a hip stretch here. And the deeper the stretch, if you want the stretch to be deeper, just bring your heels further back. Just breathe with this pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release the hands and the feet. Stretch them out wide in front of you. And we'll just do a sitting stretch here. Just go ahead and actually we'll do one leg at a time. Just kind of like the sitting splits a little bit. So go ahead and we'll do our right leg first this time. So bring that left foot in towards the thigh, neutral spine, and then reach out, down, calves, reaching for the foot, or however far you can. It's going to look different for everybody. Some people can touch their toes. Just trying to keep that back straight as you lean over. You can bend the knee just a little bit too underneath the leg. Perfectly fine. Just holding this pose here. And then on the inhale, coming back up. If you were in a deep stretch, and then exhale, kicking the other foot out, bringing the other foot in. Connect with your breath, inhaling, straightening the spine. Exhaling, reaching out. And just follow the breath here, maybe deepening the stretch with every exhale that you take. Reaching a little bit further. And then inhaling, coming back to our center. Exhaling, sliding that foot out. And then we'll just kind of sweep the feet around so that we're on all fours. And then how I typically like to go, we're going to go into a dolphin pose next, so however you like to take that. I like to lower down through Sphinx. So if you bring those feet back, you come up into a plank, inhaling. Exhaling, lowering the stomach down. Bring the forearms down. Hands are kind of by your head. Lifting off with the abdominals. Feeling the stretch in the lower back as we come into our Sphinx. And maybe clasping the hands together. Placing the fingers. Bringing the toes. Tucking your toes. Lifting up with your hips into the sky. Your head is kind of just hovering here, maybe resting on the forearms, and then I slowly walk the feet in and you'll come into a dolphin pose. It's kind of lifting up a lot in the abdominals. And then hold that as much as you can, lower down to the knees if it's too much. And then just come back into our Sphinx pose. Maybe walk back, or if you put the knees down. Into our Sphinx, nice and relaxed. Chest is forward, crown of the head. Just tilt it slightly towards the sky. Taking a deep breath in here. And exhale, lower the head down to the mat, maybe using your arms as a little pillow. And just letting it sit on whatever side it's at. Taking a moment to rest here. Feel the earth hold you. You can go ahead and bring our arms down by our side. We're going to do a quick little half locust on each side, so just in the feet. So when you inhale, lift the heels up off the ground. Lift the knees up off the ground. Hold them in the air, take a breath in, and slowly, on your exhale, controlled release to the ground. And you can rotate your head so that's looking at the other side. Just taking a moment to breathe here. And then on your next inhale, lift off. Lift off with the heels one more time. And then on your breath out, slowly, when you're ready, lower back down to the mat. If you want to hold it a little longer, that's fine. And then we'll just kind of roll over onto our backs. We work our way into a Shavasana here. We'll go through a few more poses. We'll take bridge pose, so you can bring the knees in, or the feet in. Knees are pointed to the sky, hands to the hips. Then inhale, lift up. Hold here this time. Maybe lace the fingers underneath. Deepening the stretch. The shoulders should be planted on the ground still. Exhale, lower down slowly. Just feel that spine come to a rest. Feels really good, especially after some of the stretches that we've been doing. Really good for the back. Inhale, one more time. Lift up with that bridge pose. Bring the hips into the sky. Feel the spine come up and push each little joint. And hold this position. Use your abdominals here to squeeze together, hold you up, and slowly from the shoulders, lower that spine down to the mat. It'll feel really good. Good job. Go ahead and we'll do here is stretch the arms out wide. Bring the knees to chest. This time, exhale, lift the feet up towards the sky. Inhaling. And exhaling as we lower back down. Before we take our Shavasana or this next pose, if you need a strap here, that's fine. We'll be windshield wipering the legs. So if you need a strap, now would be a great time to go grab it. Otherwise, go ahead and bring the knees to chest on the inhale. Exhale. Feet out. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, windshield wiper. Feet. Hold them off to one side as long as you can. And then inhale, bring them back. It's very hard to do with both feet. So if you'd rather just do one at a time, like the left foot, holding that, and then you can set the, no, we'll just do that. Go ahead and rest the right foot down on the mat. I'm sorry. Keep the left foot in the air. And on the exhale, we'll windshield wiper it over to the left. Just hovering it softly above the ground. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, lower that down to the mat. Inhale, bring the right knee to the chest. Exhale, kick the foot up. Reaching out, taking the breath in. And exhaling, lowering that leg all the way over to the right. I'm a little bit limited, so I'm going to bend the knee here. And then on the next inhale, bring it back to center. And lower it down to the mat. We'll do the left side one more time. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, left foot kicks up and out to the sky. Take a breath in, holding here. And exhale, lower it over to the left side. Hover it, don't let it rest on the ground. Make sure your shoulders are still rested on the mat here. Arms are reached out wide, and inhale, bring it back to the center. Knee to chest. Exhale, lower the leg down to the mat. Inhale, right knee comes up. Exhale, push out. Push out and breathing in. And exhale, lowering it down to the right side. Hovering it. Make sure your shoulders are rested on the mat. On the next inhale, come back to the center. And exhale, lower down. We'll do one last pose here for our Shavasana. We'll just do a quick shoulder stand, or if there's any other poses that you'd like to take before we move into the Shavasana, feel free. I've tried introducing the shoulder stand in the last two practices, so if you're familiar with it, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, kind of come into what you would do for bridge pose, so bring the knees up so that they're pointing towards the ceiling. What you're going to do is plant your palms beside your hips, and then you're going to bring the knees to chest, and then lift up with the feet through the abdominals, and use your hands to support your back so that you're letting the weight fall down on your shoulders. If you feel it on your neck, you're doing it wrong. Just lower down the back a little bit. You want the weight to come down on your shoulders. Make sure you're lifting up with your abs here. Don't worry, no one can see you, only you guys can see me, all my little goofs. It's a free practice here. I might have done 100 of these. This might be your first one. As long as you just try things every now and then. Or know your limits, though. And when you're ready, you can stay here for a little while longer. Or you can lower down and come into your Shavasana. Just focus on the breathing. Maybe recalling that intention for one last time. And letting it go. Whether you accomplished it or you didn't, just be sure to acknowledge it. Or it's good or it's bad. Let it go. And giving yourself this time here. Just feeling the stomach rise and the chest rise as you breathe in. Taking a deep breath. Breathing it all out through the lips and the nose. And then when you're ready, slowly unfurl, wiggle your toes a little bit. Bring that sensation back into your body. Bring the fingers. Maybe rotating the wrists. And then rolling over to one side. Keeping your eyes closed, no rush. Push yourself up. Come into a seated position. Bring the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for letting me guide you in our practice today. There's a lot of change going on in the world and in our personal lives. I could really feel the strength in today's practice. As always, the light in me honors light in each and all of you. Namaste. I hope that was a good practice for you all. Have a beautiful Father's Day weekend. It's gorgeous out. It's supposed to rain, but hasn't rained yet. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And Nicole, if you're still watching, if you just want to message me and let me know what happened, I can try and help you out.